Hey there pen friends, it's your host Amy from Penventure and we are back with another fountain pen review. This time it's Scribo. I'm a little bit behind with my usual video reviews. It's a good opportunity to take a closer look at the latest colors in the Scribo Field collection because I've just recently got back from Italy where I've met with Luca Baglione from Scribo and I had a look at what's coming. So let's get out of the way these two beautiful colors and let me familiarize my audience with these two colors. I have them right here, so we are going to go briefly into some of the details because we have been reviewing a lot of Scribo fields and the variations of this collection in different colors. So the main focus of this video will be probably the beautiful colors, the story behind them, a few of the things that are very nice about the Scribo Field collection. Also, I'm going to tell you that there is a little bit of variation in regards of the scheme of colors for these two pens. In our video library, there isn't any writing sample for the Scribo 14 karat gold nib in fine point. At this current time, we're only missing the medium and the fine. So in this video, we are going to have a writing sample with the fine point. Let's not make this video too long. Try to make it a little bit shorter and more enjoyable. So first of all, the packing. This is the usual Scribo pouch, which is available with the Scribo Field, and it's very nice because this comes into a box and you can take this and have a practical way how to carry two fountain pens with you. I'm gonna open it and show you guys what you find inside. So we have two pouches for the fountain pens, and also right here we have a polishing cloth for the metal trim parts of the fountain pen. Sometimes they do have a little bit of patina, and this comes like this and it closes like this, so you can daily carry this with you everywhere. Something to notice, this collection has a different color for this pouch. Usually the other collections of the Scribo Field arrived in a brownish cream pouch, but let's not forget about the star of this review, which is the pen, or in our case the pens. So we have two Scribo Fields. I'm going to try to set them like this so you guys can better see the beautiful color of this fountain pens. So we have the Scribo Field Panarea and Vulcano. The Vulcano is the gray one and the Panarea is the bluish turquoise fountain pen. Both of these beautiful fountain pens, the Scribo Field Vulcano and the Scribo Field Panarea, are inspired by the beautiful Ionian volcanic archipelago that is located on the northern coast of Italy, mostly Sicily to say so. So imagine Italy like a foot. At the base of the foot, where should be the ball that's going to be kicked by the foot, that is where you will find the Ionian archipelago. It is formed of a few beautiful islands. I don't think I'm gonna get this right, but it's like 7 or 8 of them, plus or minus. It is a part of the UNESCO Heritage Patrimonium since 2000, so it is a beautiful place which is a marvelous inspiration for these two fountain pens. We are going to base our review on the Scribo Field Panarea today, on this one, the blue one, but I'm not going to pass the opportunity to showcase these two beautiful colors. Go briefly into the details, but nothing very deep into those details because there is a few other Scribo Field reviews out there, including ours. As usual with the Scribo Field collection, we have flat ends on both sides. On the cap finial, we have the logo for writing, which is the timeless feather, which is very beautifully integrated right there. We have fine marks and lines from the engraving process. This is polished to perfection. We have nothing like a sharp edge or something like this. Then we have this bulbous shape for the cap, which is thick in the middle and tapering in towards both ends. This is a very original shape for a fountain pen. To the best of my knowledge, Scribo is a champion on this aspect. Beautiful facets all over the body of the fountain pen, and they look gorgeous. We have the clip, which is this swooping design imitating the letter S, and it is quite practical. Just don't try to go much more further than this, because you can easily bend it. And moving further, we have a cap band, which is right here, and we have Scribo facing down from the clip, and there is a few lines just like those that are present on the cap finial. I'm going to try to capture this in the best light. We have "Feel the Writing," and this is a motto of Scribo. And let's see, we have one complete turn and we uncap the fountain pen. We are greeted by the nib, which is a glorious, marvelous sight, because this is a beautiful, flexible 14 karat gold nib. And after having some talks with Luca Baglioni, I've took some information that I didn't had till this point. So basically, these are the famous nibs from Omas, the extra flessibile ones, and they are manufactured by the same equipment that was present in the Omas factory. This equipment is located at this moment in Bock, and they are manufacturing basically with the same material, using the same tools and instruments, the same nibs. On the Scribo field, you will find available two different nibs. We have the 18 karat gold nibs, which are not flexible, and we have the 14 karat gold flexible nibs. Those are some of the best and softest nibs that are out there. I love to write with them. Also in flex writing and normal writing, they are very practical. They run from extra fine, but I think those are 18 karat gold, so let's not count them. Those are specialty nibs. We have in 14 karat gold extra fine, fine, medium, broad. Basically, that's the range for the flexible nibs. As for specialty nibs, we have, I believe, 3 of them. We have an 18 karat extra fine, which is very fine. We reviewed that nib. I'm going to link the video up here. And we have triple broad and stub, also in 18 karat gold. Again, we reviewed that nibs, and I'm going to link the video up here. You can check that and see yourself. Moving further, we have on the nib, "Feel the Flex," and engraved Scribo 14 karat 585. And on the left shoulder of the nib, we have the nib size, which is fine. Ebonite feet, as usual with Scribo. Those feet are friction fitted inside a housing, and the housing together with the feet and nib is screwed in the section. Then we have this ring right here, which marks the beginning of the section. The section is tapering in towards the nib. It is slightly faceted, so there is a few facets. Those are very well integrated, and they don't disturb the actual grip when you hold the fountain pen. And holding the fountain pen like so, you will see that the thickest part of the pen is in this gap from the hand, and it is not going to affect at all the grip and also the comfort. The section is pretty comfortable overall. We have the threads, and those are beautifully polished, so there isn't any disadvantage of gripping the fountain pen a little bit higher by those threads. We have a step up and the barrel. The step up is not sharp, but also it's quite pronounced, to say so. It doesn't affect the grip at all. Moving further, we have the body of the fountain pen, and the body starts with the thickest part in the middle right here, and it's going to taper in towards this ring that's going to mark the end for the barrel or the body of the fountain pen. This is again faceted, and those facets capture the light very nice. Piston knob right here, also faceted like the body of the fountain pen, flat end. Filling system, piston, and that is a in-house built piston filling mechanism from Scribo, which it holds quite a significant amount of ink inside, and it is going to work very, very smooth, to the best of my experience to say so. Till this moment, I haven't seen one failing myself, because I do have a few Scribo pens in my collection, and the pistons work very, very well. On the back end right here, I hope the camera will pick this up. We have Scribo Italy and the circle, beautifully placed logo. And let's get back to a few, let's say, highlights for the colors, because the colors of the Scribo feel are mainly the key point, and it is very, very different from the solid colors. And I have here with me a Scribo Blue Black, and this is a solid color for this collection. And we have here the Scribo Panarea, which is going to showcase different shades of blue, turquoise blue, and this is very, very nice, because we do have chatoyance, we do have two parts for this material, a more lighter part and a darker part, and this creates a lot of actual wow factor for the color itself. Then we have this beautiful gray, charcoal gray, which is the Scribo Feel Vulcano, and I'm not a huge fan of gray as a color for fountain pens, but this one nailed it. So we have variations of gray with shimmering and sparkles inside, and it's very, very beautiful. Let's put it side by side with other fountain pens so you guys can better understand the overall size of the Scribo Feel. Usually I use a pen tray and put the fountain pen side by side with other pens, but in this case I'm going to be more practical, and I'm going to sit the two Scribo Feels like this. I'm going to bring the Scribo Puma in the equation and take a closer look. This is how it stands, and by the looks of it, there isn't too much difference in regards of size for these two models. It isn't very, very far apart, but again, the Scribo Puma is a little bit light, and it's a little bit more smaller. I'm going to bring a different fountain pen, and I have here my Leonardo Momento Magico, and as you can see, the Scribo Feel is a little bit longer and a little bit more thicker. It's not unpractical, it's quite wieldy, and the fountain pen is very, very much compatible with daily use, to say so, because you can take this, you can put it inside a let's say sleeve, Leonardo sleeve like this. It's not too long, it sits like this, so basically it is, let's call it, on the edge of being an oversized fountain pen, but again, at the end of the day, it's still practical, and it is not something super big and unwieldy. Like, for example, let's take this Bologna Extra, and this is a quite big fountain pen. It is like a centimeter longer than the Scribo Feel. In regards of size, the fountain pen measures capped like this, 150 millimeters. Uncapped like this, the fountain pen measures from the tip of the nib to the piston knob 135 millimeters. And it is not going to be postable. The total weight of the fountain pen, fully inked and capped like this one, is 38 grams, and the total weight of the fountain pen, fully inked and uncapped like the Scribo Vulcano, it's 21 grams. Like with all Scribo Feels, they are part of a limited edition numbering 219 pieces, which I think is not too big of a limited edition. Also, there isn't any number from those 219 engraved on the body of the fountain pen. This is what you get when you order a Scribo Feel Vulcano or Panarea, and overall a Scribo Feel. Now let's get to see how this beautiful 14 karat gold nib in fine point writes. I'm going to use the Scribo Feel Blue Cosmico ink, and this is a very, very beautiful dark saturated blue ink, and I'm going through a phase with blue ink, so excuse me. That should do it. I'm going to put the ink right here, and let's start writing with the Scribo Feel Panarea. The ink is Scribo Feel, not Feel, it's a blue Cosmico. And we have the nib, and this is the 14 karat gold, and this is the fine point. We have the paper, and as usual, this is 52 GSM Tomoe River paper, one of my favorite papers to use. And let's check the wetness, and it is a very, very wet nib, considering that they do come with ebonite feeds. You can see that the ink flow is pretty rich and consistent. We have normal figure of eights, and it's hard to not push this nib because it's so soft, and a little bit of pressure will increase the flow, and you will see once we start flexing it how it looks. And this is how much of a line variation you can obtain from the Scribo 14 karat flexible nibs. It's quite a lot of flex, to say so. We have normal, and here we have a little bit of pressure. Be very careful. These nibs are very easy to spring, and Luca Baglione, the CEO of Scribo, told me that one of his main jobs in the Scribo factory is fixing springed nibs. So be very careful and not spring them. A little bit of pressure is okay, but don't go too far. Now the famous sentence, and we have the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. A little bit of flourishing goes a long way. Beautiful nib. It has a little bit of feedback, but nothing unpleasant. It is to be expected with extra fine points. It is not something that you will notice too much, because if you are accustomed to using fine points or extra fine points, it is normal. It's a wet nib, and probably that is what's going to help with the overall smoothness of such a fine point, which I do enjoy, because if I'm using a fine point, at least let's make it super wet so it's a little bit more lubricated, and we actually steal those points for the smoothness. Pretty much that sums up my review for the Scribo Feel Panarea, which I have right here, and Vulcano. Two very beautiful fountain pens, which I do like a lot, and I do think they offer a different palette of colors for the Scribo Feel collection in this beautiful colors that are not solid, and they do have alternating shades of blue and gray, and they have chatoyance and sparkles inside them, and I do love them. Let me know your opinion in the comment section down below. Which one is your favorite? I'm not such a fan of gray pens, but if I have to have a gray pen, this comes very close to what I would exactly want. If you are looking for such a pen, we do have them available in the PenVenture inventory. Down below you will find the links for both of these colors and other Scribo Feel versions that we have in stock. Also, if you don't mind and find this video useful, give it a big thumbs up. This will help me a lot with the algorithm to reach out to many more just like you. If you want to support my passion and PenVenture, you can subscribe right now. Just click here and turn the notification bell on. And if you want to see more quality content from PenVenture and myself, you have this video right here. Click and enjoy. My name is Emi, and I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care, stay safe. Bye bye.